Good morning, good afternoon, and welcome to This Week in Renewables, your bite-sized roundup of the renewable stories over the last 7 days. Wind, hydropower, solar, anything renewables we discuss. As per usual, I am your host, Mr. Deji Ogunsola, the voice you can trust. Please don't forget to do all the good stuff, the like, comment and sharing. It really does help with the visibility of this podcast. Available on all streaming platforms. We do not discriminate here, whether that be Apple Podcasts, Spotify, LinkedIn and YouTube. Today we're going to start off with some solar energy news coming by way of the American market. Read a recent report here that the US solar industry has recorded its lowest quarter of installation since the start of the coronavirus pandemic, and this is according to US Solar Market Insight report. Just delving a bit into this report, it was revealed that the first quarter of 2022, price increases and supply chain constraints have continued to suppress the solar market as the industry installed 24% less solar capacity than the first quarter of 2021. The utility scale solar market saw the sharpest decline in the first quarter and has experienced its lowest quarter of installation since 2019, and the lowest number of new projects added to the pipeline since 2017. So this is really not concerning news, but as you can imagine, Mr. President Biden and his very high climate goals with regards to what they want to achieve there, and the goals that he has set, there needs to be a bit of work done. I know recently, a couple of weeks ago, the White House's executive action to provide a 2-year suspension of new solar tariffs has given businesses some certainty to accelerate projects delayed by the Department of Commerce, but a lot more needs to be done as massive project delays and cancellations are going to continue throughout 2022, and again this would be putting Biden's climate goals at risk. So some interesting news coming by way of the solar market. Moving on to some more positive news, and this time coming by way of Italy. And Kega, who is a developer, they have recently been approved for 3 large-scale PV projects in Italy with a combined capacity of 380 megawatts. These projects are located in the Lazio region and Sicily region, and will be successfully connected to the grid from the first quarter of 2024. Italy is definitely a hot region at the moment, not just weather-wise, but with regards to solar PV installations. From a work capacity, I've definitely seen a number of requirements for Italian project developers or developers with Italian experience. So there's definitely something in the waters there. Just to give you a bit more detail with regards to this recent news, the projects that will soon go under construction are the 150 megawatt Tuscania, which is one of the largest solar farms ever to be approved in Italy with the capacity of 150 megawatts, and the ready to build 90 megawatts Vittoriano solar park. Both of these projects are located between the north of Italy and Rome, strategically advantaged as higher electricity prices can be achieved in this region, making it a very good commercial prospect, as commented by the company. The third project to be approved of these 3 is the 140 Pietra Monreale, which is being built in Sicily. In addition to the electricity generated, the land surrounding the so-called agricultural solar park will also be used for farming purposes such as olive and fruit cultivation. So this is really, really good. KGAR themselves seem to be quite busy at the moment as they are developing solar and wind parks with a total capacity of more than 1.2 gigawatts in the Italian market. So as I said before, the Italian market definitely seems to be quite busy at the moment and one to watch for 2022. Another market to watch for 2022, I would definitely say, is of course the German market, which is very, very busy at the moment. And some more news here from German developer Movien Energy. They have reached agreement to sell a 650 megawatt solar project near Leipzig to investor Signal Iduna and its financial subsidiary Hansa Invest Real Assets. The projects on Lake Hania, which is near Leipzig, will be Europe's largest solar park when built. The project is still under formal approval as well. So really interesting news coming by way of there. Movien Energy will take over the operational management of the solar park, and the groundbreaking ceremony, which will include the Prime Minister and the Mayor, will take place at the construction site, have taken place on the construction site last week on the 8th of June, a day I cannot forget because it was actually my birthday last week on a Wednesday. So interesting news there. Moving on from the solar side to the wind energy. And another busy market at the moment is definitely the Poland region. And I've seen a number of vacancies coming from the Poland region, and a number of companies have recently expanded their operations. So interesting news coming here by way of Neo Energy Group, who has recently concluded the sale of almost 73 megawatt wind farm in Poland, and this is to PAK Polska, Sister Energia. The project, which is consisting of 33 Vestas V110 2.2 megawatt turbines, and this was secured in an auction back in November 2022, and is located in the Pomerania region, and is expected to be online in the quarter of 2024, third quarter. Neo Energy Group has said that the project has set of administrative and legal permits, allowing the start of construction. The total estimated capacity expenditures related to the acquisition and the implementation of the wind farm is approximately in the region of 150 million euros. The company added that due to the secured connection capacity, the project also has the potential to develop an additional solar farm with a maximum capacity of 50 megawatts. So good news there. Some more news from the wind sector space, and this time coming by way of Siemens Gamesa, who have recently signed a deal with Vena Energy, and this is to supply turbines totaling 133 megawatts to an unnamed wind farm in the Kapil district of Karnataka in India. I do hope I pronounced that correctly. Siemens Gamesa and Vena Energy first partnered in 2015 with a 154 megawatt wind farm in the state of Andhra Pradesh. Vena Energy's portfolio with Siemens Gamesa in India is now close to 60 or 600 megawatts with the inclusion of the new deal. Siemens Gamesa India Chief Executive, Mr. Navin Deji, recently commented that we are pleased to strengthen this partnership with Vena Energy and supply them with our latest technology that can help drive a successful energy transition in India. So good news of India and the recent news of their working together with Siemens Gamesa and Vena Energy. Last and not least, some news from the hydropower sector. Stantec, global design firm I'm sure you are aware of, have recently been commissioned by the Water Power Canada with regards to leading studies for pump storage hydro in Canada. The studies are going to be in alliance with Australian National University and Power Advisory Company, Stantec and its partners will help the Waterpower Canada and the wider hydropower industry to better understand the strategic value of pump storage facility projects, specifically in Canada. The report will be known as the Technical and Economic Potential Assessment of Pump Storage, Hydro in Canada. Will present the strategic advantages, the role of PSH in the future decarbonised electricity supply mix in Canada. So interesting to see how that progresses over the next couple of months and years. Final news from the hydro sector, this time coming by way of Africa. And bids have been invited for the pre-feasibility studies for the proposed Devil's George hydroelectric scheme. This is a project on the Zambian River in partnership with Zambia and Zimbabwe. I know the project has been delayed for a number of years. The project itself, interestingly, was conceived in 1972, almost 40 or 40 plus years ago, out of a study. The project itself and project analysis was only concluded later in 2016 by Tractable Engineering of France, but no environmental or social impact assessment has been conducted on the site. To move the project forward, the ZRA, the Zambeza River Authority, now wants to review all available previous documentations and is inviting companies for tender. So interesting news by way of there. I know similar to a number of projects in Africa that have been conceived quite many years ago, many are yet to be in construction, so it'll be really interesting to see how this particular project progresses. That, my friends, concludes this week in Renewables, just over 10 minutes, 12 minutes to be precise. Thank you. I've been your host, Mr. Deji Ogunsola, the voice you can trust. Don't forget to like, comment and share with friends. Also, if you have any recommendations for my presentation style or any other topics you'd like to see discussed, please do not hesitate to get in touch. As always, you can find me on LinkedIn, YouTube and all streaming platforms. Keep it green, keep it clean. Take care, have a wonderful week. Bye.